Hey, good morning. Welcome to the JeepSolid Garage. My name's Dale. I'm so glad you guys are here. So today I'm going to cover real quickly the 5 most important things I look for when I'm looking at buying a used Jeep. Rattlesnakes!
Don't drop it.
Stop! Actually had this from. And I'd love to hear from you guys. If you agree with this list or you think there's something really important that I left off, please leave a comment down below. Now, number 1, the most important thing I look for is rust. Now that's just normal rust on the exhaust, nothing to be concerned about. But what I look for is rust on the frame and the belly of the Jeep. That is one reason why I bought this Jeep here. This is my project Jeep Fungus, and one of the reasons I bought it is the belly and the frame were super clean. It had really good bones to it, but it was ugly. Go back and check out my old videos on Fungus, and yeah, this thing needed a ton of cleanup. But I could really see that the structure, the bones, the frame, everything else was really in good shape. But that is one thing I really look for, is a nice, clean, rust-free frame. And depending on where you live in the US, you might be able to find this or not. But this will save you a lot of hassle in the future. I've looked at a lot of other Jeeps that have significant rust underneath, and it makes every single repair you're doing a lot more troublesome. Every bolt that you're working on, if you're doing U-joints or drive shaft or dropping the skid plate, whatever you're doing, everything is rusted. It's just a nightmare. So if you can find a clean frame and undercarriage, that'll just save you so much hassle. So tip number 1, rust. The second most important thing I look for is the engine. And what I want to be doing is I want to be checking the fluids on the engine before you start it up, before you warm it up. Go ahead and pop the radiator cap, take a look at that, make sure that the fluid in it looks good. Also the oil, check your dipstick. If you have an automatic, check the transmission fluid. Then after you start it up, I'm listening to the engine. I'm not too worried about a little squeak up here with a belt or pulley or something. Something like that that's easy to fix, but I'm listening to the engine. It should sound smooth, it should have a smooth idle, there shouldn't be any knocking or pinging. So you can also take a look at the exhaust coming out. It should be a nice clear exhaust. If you have a lot of smoke coming out the tailpipe after it's warm up, you've got an issue. Number 3, the next most important thing I look for is just the overall condition of the body. I also like to take a step back from the Jeep and get an overall look at the condition, but most importantly, I'm looking at the symmetry, making sure that everything is nice and even, that all the lines on it are perfectly straight and things match up nicely. That can tell you if it's been abused or rolled over or anything. You just want to make sure everything's nice and straight. And tip number 4, of course you're going to take it on a test drive. During the test drive, I'm really paying attention to the steering and suspension. That can tell you a lot about if it's been abused off-road or anything. Boy, I've driven some Jeeps where it feels like you're riding a bicycle on a waterbed. They're just all over the place. So during your test drive, really pay attention to the steering, suspension, just how it feels on the road. And tip number 5, check out the transmission. Does it shift smoothly? All the gears work? Make sure the 4x4 works on it. You're going to make sure that the transmission shifts smoothly and that the transfer case doesn't have any issues as well. Go ahead and get it on a dirt road or gravel road somewhere and check out the 4-wheel drive. Make sure that it engages properly. Of course, you might run into little problems like a bad U-joint or something, but those are easy fixes. Yeah, this was a real quick video, but I get a lot of questions from people about buying used Jeeps, so I thought I'd offer some tips. But leave a comment down below, let me know some things that I missed, some things that you guys look for. Thank you guys for watching. Check out my next video up here. Have a good day.